What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the video here on the World of Juice channel. Welcome to a new idea that I have. Well, it's not really, I didn't come up with the idea, but we are going to find out, because everybody knows that I love wrestling. So I was looking on YouTube and I came across some of these kind of experiment videos from guys like Brandon Does Everything, Simply Better AM, Phoenix Nitro, Dank Ops, all these guys, wonderful wrestling YouTubers. Shout out to all of them. They came up with this idea and they've pioneered it kind of, and I've just taken to them. So all their links will be down below in the description if you want to go check out their channels and give them a sub and stuff. You probably should, because they're really good YouTubers. But I just want to shout them out so that nobody's thinking that I stole this idea or anything, because I did not steal this idea. I just got it from them, inspiration from them. So what we're going to be doing today is finding out what would happen if I put Kurt Angle, the wrestling machine himself, the Olympic gold medalist, won a gold medal with a broken freaking neck. We're going to find out if that wrestling specialist, Kurt Angle, what would happen if he was in WWE in 2020. So we are going to find that out right now. We're going to do a one-year simulation. He's on Monday Night Raw right now. We can go to the universe, superstars, and we can go down to Kurt Angle, and we can say Kurt Angle 2006 is on Monday Night Raw. There he is. We're going to find out if he can win, how many WWE championships he can win, if he can win any. So make sure to smash that like button, notification bell, and the subscription button down below. Once again, go check out those guys' channels too. They are the ones that really created this challenge. So make sure to check them out, show them some love. And yeah, let's find out what happens with Kurt Angle on Monday Night Raw. The first week of the year, or of the simulation, and let's see if Kurt Angle's on this card. They do not start him out. No, they don't. But what a main event. Ricochet versus Heath Slater. That's a main event right there. But we're going to simulate this Monday Night Raw, go to the next week, and we're just going to keep things moving until we find out where Kurt Angle is. All right, so the second week of Monday Night Raw in the simulation. Let's see if it just took a week to get Kurt Angle on the card. Kurt Angle not on the card once again. Let me check and see like the power rankings and stuff. Is Kurt Angle moving up the card at all? He was 57th in the power rankings. He's moving up. He's 56 now. All right, good job, Kurt. I may have to move you up the power rankings just to get you in action so we can see you. Let's move you up the power rankings just to get you a little bit more involved. Let's put you right here at number 4. Okay, so now we'll simulate to the next week of Monday Night Raw and see if that changes anything. Okay, so the next week of shows, and let's go see if Kurt Angle's here. This is the Raw before Money in the Bank. He's not here, so we'll have to go to Money in the Bank and find out what's going on there. All right, here at Money in the Bank, the first pay-per-view, and did they somehow put Kurt on a card? Kurt Angle not in the Money in the Bank match. All right, Roman Reigns versus Kofi for the title. That's going to be interesting. Let's simulate. Kofi beats Reigns. Interesting. Didn't see that coming. Strowman beats Rollins, so Strowman's the champion. And Cena wins Money in the Bank. All right, cool. So now we have to go to Monday Night Raw and find out if Kurt's ever going to show up. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. The first Raw after Money in the Bank. Kurt Angle shows up for the first time here. He's facing Baron Corbin to open the show. All right. So let's simulate and see if Kurt Angle gets a W. He gets a W in his first match in WWE in 2K20. That's amazing. Good job for Kurt Angle. What kind of stuff happened here? Nothing really important. Rollins beat Cena. But Kurt Angle gets his first victory in the WWE. All right, now we are the next week, the very next week, and we've got Brock Lesnar versus Kurt Angle, a monumental match here on Monday Night Raw. Not even the main event. The main event is Cedric Alexander versus The Miz. But Brock Lesnar versus Kurt Angle here. We're going to go see who wins this match. Simulate the show. Miz beats Cedric Alexander. And Brock Lesnar beat Kurt Angle. Oh, no. Okay, I figured that would happen. So Kurt is now 1-1 in his WWE career in this first year simulation. All right, so a week after Kurt Angle loses to Brock Lesnar, they don't even have him on the card for this next Monday Night Raw. So we're just going to move on to the next one. Ooh, a big match for his third ever match in the WWE. It's against Samoa Joe here on Monday Night Raw. We're going to simulate... Ooh, Rollins and Cena. That's a good match. What's the main event? I didn't even check. Alexander and Heath Slater won. Wow, they're really pushing Cedric Alexander. And Samoa Joe beats Kurt Angle on Monday Night Raw. That's a dream match in TNA, and now it's a dream match in WWE. And Samoa Joe gets the victory. 1-2 now for Kurt Angle. All right, once again, Kurt Angle, after losing to Samoa Joe last week, he's not here on the card. The main event is Cedric Alexander versus Robert Roode, and Cedric Alexander wins. All right, so Kurt Angle gets stuffed once again, not even on the card. Let's go to the next week. Okay, we're here in the first Monday Night Raw of July, and once again, Kurt Angle's on the card. This time he's facing Baron Corbin in the opening match of the show. Let's see if he can get a victory here. Get him back on track. He does! Kurt Angle beats Baron Corbin. He's 2-2 now on his career in the WWE so far. Hopefully that'll start building some momentum for him because he's going to need it. Okay, so we're here, the Monday Night Raw before Extreme Rules. Extreme Rules is coming up next this Sunday, and Kurt Angle is going up against No Way Jose, so he really needs to win this. Seth Rollins beats Brock Lesnar on Raw. What's the main event? Cesaro and Sami Zayn. And Kurt Angle beats No Way Jose. That's 3-2 now in his career, and he's building some momentum headed into Extreme Rules. Let's see if he's actually got a match. So sadly, Kurt Angle did not make it on the Extreme Rules card, so we're just going to simulate it. And Braun Strowman defends his Universal Championship and keeps it. Let's go to the next Monday Night Raw. Kurt Angle's starting to build some momentum here. He's building up the card. He started out slowly against No Way Jose and Baron Corbin. They threw him against Joe and Brock Lesnar. Now he has to face Seth Rollins in the co-main event, which is Bobby Lashley and Cesaro. But this is the real main event. Rollins and Kurt Angle. Who is going to come out on top? Let's simulate and find out. It is Kurt Angle. Yes! Angle beats Rollins, 4-2 in his career. Amazing. Let's go simulate to the next Monday Night Raw. Okay, so after Kurt Angle beat Seth Rollins, has a nice victory, they kick him off the show. He's not on this Monday Night Raw, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay, so we're here on the next Monday Night Raw, and Kurt Angle gets a rematch against Samoa Joe. He lost his first match against him a couple of months back, and now he gets another match with him in the 7th match of the card. Let's simulate it and find out who's going to be coming out victorious. Kurt Angle gets his revenge on Samoa Joe. Let's go, Kurt. You're building some pay-per-view momentum because SummerSlam is just around the corner. Let's get to the next Raw. Okay, we're back here, and I had to simulate 2 Raws and SummerSlam because Kurt Angle was not on any of those shows. So he's been off of wrestling. He's been off of TV for at least 3 weeks, maybe 2 weeks. And now we're back here. He's facing John Cena. So they keep him off of TV, not wrestling, for 2 weeks. And then they bring him back on TV to face John Cena. That seems fair. But we'll simulate this. He has still not wrestled on a pay-per-view yet. So he loses to John Cena too. So that is not Drew McIntyre, by the way. That is very much Brock Lesnar. But Kurt Angle loses to John Cena. So that slows his momentum down. That's not good. Let's simulate to the next appearance of Kurt Angle. I don't even want to say the next Monday Night Raw at this point because who knows if he's going to be there. Okay, so we simulated 1 week of Raw, and now we're on the next week of Raw with the pay-per-view Hell in a Cell this Sunday. So Kurt Angle's got to get some momentum here if he wants to be on the Hell in a Cell card. He's here against Drew McIntyre and Samoa Joe, which looks like a fantastic match on paper. The main event is Seth Rollins and John Cena, so that's even better. But we're going to simulate this. Come on, Kurt. You need a big win here. That is very much not John Cena. That is Brock Lesnar. Kurt Angle lost. No. Samoa Joe pinned Kurt Angle. Didn't even pin Drew McIntyre. He pins Kurt Angle for the loss. And let's see if he's on the pay-per-view. I'm assuming not. Okay, so Kurt Angle was not on the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. Shocker. But he is here on the very next Raw against Sami Zayn. So let's see if he can pull out a victory against Sami Zayn. The main event is Cena versus Rollins. Okay, so simulate and find out if Kurt can beat him. Yes, Kurt Angle gets his momentum back. He beats Sami Zayn. Let's go to the next appearance. Okay, so the very next Raw, Kurt Angle goes one-on-one with John Cena once again. He lost to him a couple of weeks ago. Let's see if he can beat John Cena again, get his revenge, get his win back against Cena. And he loses to Cena again. Kurt cannot catch a break against John Cena. Okay, taking a look at the rankings for so far here in the simulation, Kurt Angle is now 30th in the rankings after losing to John Cena once again. This is the start of October, the first Raw of October, and then the Sunday after this is Super Showdown, so maybe he'll get to be on that card. All right, so the very first Monday Night Raw of October, Kurt Angle will face Ricochet in what could be described as a dream match. This seems like a very interesting match. The main event is Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. Let's simulate. Sunday is Super Showdown, and Kurt goes into Super Showdown with a big victory over Ricochet. Maybe this will be his first ever time wrestling on a pay-per-view. We'll have to find out. So Kurt Angle still has not wrestled on a pay-per-view yet. He was not on the Super Showdown card, unfortunately, but he is back here on the next Monday Night Raw against John Cena for the third time in the simulation. The main event is Tyler Breeze and Fandango versus the Usos. Okay. Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar too. But can Angle beat John Cena for the first time? He's lost to him both previous times. Let's simulate. Lesnar beats Rollins. Who won that main event? Tyler Breeze wins it. And yeah, Kurt Angle finally gets his revenge on John Cena and beats him on Monday Night Raw. 1 out of 3 against John Cena. Okay, the final Raw of October, and it's a big one. Brock Lesnar, Kurt Angle, Braun Strowman in a triple threat match. The main event is Kalisto versus Dash Wilder. Yeah. That's the main event. When you got Cena and Rollins and a triple threat like this on the same card, it's kind of crazy. The final week of the final Raw of October, let's find out if Kurt Angle can get a victory. And he gets pinned by Brock Lesnar. Oh, Kurt does not have good luck in triple threat matches. He's been in 2 of them, and he's been the one who's gotten pinned in both of them. That is not a good sign for Kurt. Okay, so the first Raw of the next month is Kurt Angle versus Bray Wyatt in the opening match of the card. So Kurt's coming off of a big loss in that triple threat. Let's see if he can actually do it here and beat Bray Wyatt. And he does! Kurt Angle gets his win against Bray Wyatt. That's perfect because we're coming up on Survivor Series next Sunday. Okay, so the Raw before Survivor Series, Kurt Angle is going to face Braun Strowman. And the main event is an 8-man tag. All right. That is a lot of people that you wouldn't think would be in an 8-man tag in the main event of Raw, especially Drew McIntyre. What are you doing in there? But a show closing promo from Seth Rollins and then the main event. Yeah, that makes sense. Kurt Angle versus Braun Strowman. Who's going to win? He called out Brock Lesnar and won. Good for Seth Rollins. Yes! Kurt Angle beats Braun Strowman one-on-one. Headed into Survivor Series, he's got to win. Maybe finally he can be on the card. He has not even wrestled for a championship yet. He's not even wrestled on a pay-per-view yet. So Kurt Angle was not on the SummerSlam or the Survivor Series card. So we're here on the very next Raw, and he's facing Bray Wyatt. Let's just keep going. He's never going to get on anything. He beats Bray Wyatt again, so he's undefeated against Bray Wyatt. And let's find out when he's going to actually wrestle on a pay-per-view. I don't know. Finally, Kurt Angle's getting some respect. He is in the main event of Monday Night Raw for the first time. The show closing promo is Seth Rollins, but the main event is a Kurt Angle versus Samoa Joe. Let's see if Kurt Angle can get a big victory. Rollins called out Brock Lesnar and won again. Kurt Angle beat Joe in the main event. Let's go, Kurt. All right. This is exactly what he needs. TLC is right around the corner. Oh my God. This is TLC. Kurt Angle's very first pay-per-view. Kurt Angle's very first pay-per-view match. He's in the main event of TLC against Braun Strowman for the Universal Championship. Oh, I really hope Kurt Angle can get this victory. Let's check out some of the other matches here since Kurt Angle's finally on the card. The opening match of the show is Kevin Owens versus Kofi Kingston for the WWE Championship. So that's a way to kick it off. Then there's some okay matches, decent matches. Reigns versus Elias, Becky Lynch and Lacey Evans. Ricochet and AJ Styles is a good match. Andrade and Shinsuke Nakamura is a good match. Rollins and Lesnar. And then the main event is Kurt Angle versus Braun Strowman. Come on, Kurt. Rollins wins that match. who won some of these matches. Nakamura still, Ricochet's the new US champ, Lacey still wins, and Kofi's still the WWE champ. And now we got the big moment of truth. Did Kurt Angle win the Universal Championship? If he did, I'm going to freak out. No! He lost the Universal Championship match. Oh, he lost it in a TLC match. Oh, so unlucky for Kurt. Let's see if he can bounce back. Okay, so Kurt Angle's finally getting some respect. He was in the main event of Monday Night Raw a couple of weeks ago. He faced Braun Strowman in the main event of TLC for the Universal Championship. He did lose, but now the Monday right after, he's facing Seth Rollins in the main event, and let's see if he can actually get the W here. And he did, but that is Brock Lesnar. It says Kurt Angle got the win, but Brock Lesnar's the character model. Good job, 2K. Okay, so Kurt Angle is here the very next week on Raw after getting a win over Seth Rollins. He's facing Baron Corbin in the 8th match of the night. John Cena versus Brock Lesnar is the main event. But let's see if Kurt Angle can keep this win streak alive. He beats Baron Corbin. Big victory for Kurt Angle. He's got to get back to that Universal Championship. Okay, so just checking in. This is the first Raw of the new year. And checking the rankings, Kurt Angle is currently 9th in the rankings. He is right up there for the championship. Let's see if he can get his win streak keep going into the Royal Rumble, where he can hopefully either win the Rumble or win the Universal Championship. Kurt Angle is facing Samoa Joe on this Monday Night Raw. The main event is Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins. Let's see if Kurt Angle can get the victory against his opponent, Joe. He lost to Joe. And now Kurt Angle, the very next week after losing to Samoa Joe, is facing John Cena in the very first match of the night. The main event is Lashley versus Cedric Alexander for some reason. Let's see if Angle can beat Cena. And he lost to Cena. No, Kurt! You're losing your momentum! Kurt Angle back in the main event picture after losing back-to-back weeks. Somehow he's in the main event against Seth Rollins. Let's find out if he can win. He lost to Seth Rollins. No. Oh, come on. Okay, we're here at the Royal Rumble. Kurt was not on the Monday Night Raw before the Royal Rumble. He's not on this card unless he's in the Royal Rumble match. I'm assuming that he's in the Royal Rumble match because the Universal Championship's not even being defended here. So I'm just going to hope that Kurt Angle's in the Royal Rumble. Let's go to the news. Asuka wins the Women's Royal Rumble. Who won? Cena wins the Men's Royal Rumble. So that's not good. All right, so checking Kurt Angle's stats. We're 4 months into his simulation. These are all his actual stats because this is just imported from 06. So he did have 5 appearances in the Royal Rumble. Now he's got 7, or now he's got 6. So he was in the Royal Rumble match. He just did not win it. Okay, this is huge. Kurt Angle has not been on Raw for a couple of weeks. We're here at the Elimination Chamber, and somehow he's in the Universal Championship Elimination Chamber match. The main event is, for some reason, Carmella and Ember Moon, okay, for the Women's Championship. But this is the match that we care about. Kurt Angle is in the Elimination Chamber. This is big. WWE Championship. Kofi's still the WWE Champion. He's been the champion this entire time. But this is the moment of truth. Did Kurt Angle win the Universal Championship for the first time? And Braun Strowman wins the keeps the Universal Championship. At least Kurt didn't get pinned last. He got pinned earlier. Rollins versus Angle here on Monday Night Raw. The Raw after Elimination Chamber. And Kurt beats Rollins. Okay, maybe he's starting to get his momentum back. Kurt Angle versus Drew McIntyre now. Let's see if he can get the victory against Drew. He's never faced Drew in a one-on-one match, and he loses to McIntyre. What do you know? The Raw before Fastlane is Kurt Angle versus John Cena. The main event is Ivar and Jimmy Uso for some strange reason. But let's see if Kurt Angle can beat John Cena here, and he loses to... Okay, so Kurt Angle wasn't on the Fastlane card. He wasn't on the Raw after Fastlane card, but he's here on the next Raw after that. So he's facing Baron Corbin. Cena and Rollins versus Akam and Razor. Okay. And Angle loses. Really? Kurt Angle, Baron Corbin, and Bray Wyatt a couple of weeks before WrestleMania. Let's see if Kurt Angle can get a victory. He's got to win something. He got pinned. Come on, 2K. There's no way Kurt Angle's losing to Baron Corbin and Bray Wyatt on the road to WrestleMania. Angle versus Joe, the Raw before WrestleMania. Cena, self-promotion, and Angle. God dang it! Come on! Alright, we're at WrestleMania. Kurt Angle makes it on the card, but it's not for the Universal Championship. He's facing Drew McIntyre in a no-holds-barred match for some stupid reason. Kofi's still the WWE Champion. Rollins is the Universal Champion. And finally, yes! Angle wins a match. He wins at WrestleMania, beats Drew McIntyre. Good job for him. Okay, the Raw after WrestleMania is always a crazy one, and it's Angle versus Rollins in the main event. Show closing promo from Alicia Fox for some okay. But it's Rollins, and it's Angle. And Angle versus Corbin on Raw. And he lost a... Okay, we are officially here. We've completed a one full calendar year in WWE 2K Universe mode. We are back to where we started. And Kurt Angle did not... Let's see if he made the card for this Raw. He did. He would have faced Bray Wyatt and John Cena in a triple threat match. He probably would have lost it. But Kurt Angle did not win any Universal Championships. He faced it. He challenged for it twice. He did not win it. He was in the Royal Rumble. He lost the Royal Rumble. He went to WrestleMania. Faced Drew McIntyre. He had a decent career. I thought it was going to be better. I thought he would be in the Universal Championship match more often. He lost a lot of matches for some weird reason. But that's going to do it. We finished one full calendar year of simulation for Kurt Angle. What would happen if Kurt Angle was in WWE 2K20, or I guess in WWE in 2020? And it's not good. Kurt Angle, don't come back. Please, do not come back and wrestle in 2020 or 2021 because it's not going to be good for you. If 2K has anything to say about it, it's not going to be good about it. So thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. Once again, make sure to go check down below in the description for Dank Ops and Brandon Does Everything and Phoenix Nitro, Simply Better AM. All those guys are fabulous wrestling YouTubers, and they do a great job, and they've inspired me to do this kind of simulation challenge. So make sure you go check them out, subscribe to them, show them some love, and hit that like button, subscribe for me too, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya!